This one is set, that's fine. And organize this curtain behind you. And lock the doors so nobody would disturb us. The lower back, stretch, okay. Actually, yeah. This one's fine. Ready, camera, roll. That's good. Don't have anything in the view. Okay. I'm gonna press. Say something. Do test.
Something. Test. I hear you. Yes, I hear myself.
Okay, good. No, that's good.
Large.
This one is. This one is on poly. Okay, move the mic away from your face, a little bit to the left or something, like this. Okay. We're gonna stay with it for the whole session.
This is a very cool,
Now,
simple option, but
yes. I think it looks sharp enough, right, in both images. Okay, tell me if my head is not.
This is only Samsung or it's an app?
It's a Samsung. Just the Galaxy S22 Ultra has that feature.
But the iPhone doesn't have that.
The iPhone, I think so. I think the new ones, the Pros. Is my head still cut off or?
Yes.
So hold on, I need to lower myself. Don't touch it.
Okay. Try to go down. I'm cool.
I'm okay too. How's that?
No. Cool will be like this.
Okay, so let's get it a little bit closer. Yeah, it's gonna hold it. Is it disturbing the lens?
No, but I'm cut myself now.
Adjust it. Adjust it. Maybe push it back a little bit.
Stay. Perfect.
Really?
Yes. Yes. Can go down.
Can you do a test? Oh, you're already with it. Oh, good. And you know what? We know how to.
Where is it? Let me see if I put myself straight. Comfy. Yeah.
Professionals, bro.
Finally,
Alright.
something.
So sound works. Camera is on. Test. 1, 2, 3. Welcome. Here we are. Here we are in the center of town. We have a heart in front of us. So welcome. Actually, I didn't think about the intro. Oh, sorry, I moved it. Is it okay? Is it still okay?
EEZEE podcast.
Is it still okay?
Yes, it's going.
All right. Yeah. So I never thought about an intro, but this is the BCA show. So welcome, Davide Bugatti in the house.
Here I am, my friend.
Here you are.
How are
Finally,
you?
we were planning on that for a long time.
So BCA is confirmed?
BCA is confirmed. Yes.
Is the name is gonna be that?
Yes, this is it.
Okay, no
This-
second thoughts.
Exactly a year and a half ago, I created BCA.
Uh-huh.
BCA was Business Club Aruba.
Okay.
This came out with the notion of building a network of good people, entrepreneurs, people that are dedicated to the business and motivated to succeed in their lives. So we created a small group so we can talk about business.
I'm super sure that we are gonna go far beyond the business, but that's how we connect in the first place.
Listen, we are gonna go deep. But yeah, just as an explanation, BCA show is a brainchild a long time ago, and it's actually a BCA show inside or under the umbrella of EEZEE Podcast, Palm Beach, Aruba, which is this studio. So EEZEE Podcast is entertaining BCA, which I'm hosting, which you are the first celebrity guest.
Thank you. And I want to take the opportunity also to promote myself instead of him.
Introduction.
That you, from now on, we have in Palm Beach this opportunity to create this. We have this environment for the people that doesn't know. I want to not to promote it, but to talk about it because it's pretty cool to have something like that in Palm Beach. And I'm super honored to be the first one. I hope the one of the many. But you should come here and pass and take an appointment with him and figure it out if you have something to say, something to share. You feel like that you have some kind of content related to business, related to lifestyle, related to anything that is valuable and relevant. That's the place where you can share it.
Right, and you know the introduction is in order because you know we know each other for quite some time. I think since I got to the island, we kind of connected through our boys that went to the same school.
Yes.
And you know, we've been hearing the name Davide floating around with good parties and DJing. But then I discovered that you're a jack of all trades. You do a lot of things, a lot of great things, and there is always a connection point. Which when I thought about you, because I did went online for your business coaching, and we started kind of conversation about that, which is very interesting, and we want to hear about it. But a DJ, master coach, a spiritual person, a dad and a family man.
Yeah.
What else do you do? Car trader.
Yes, I think that I embody my belief that there is no label. Why someone has to be one thing, why he has to be an accounting, and just that. Why you cannot be an accountant, an artist, a dancer. And I think that we have been for far too long confined in this idea that either you are this or that. Either you make money and you sacrifice the family. If you want to be a family person, you cannot make money. We are so confined in these limiting beliefs that I think it's already enacted since many years, but we are always more open to explore different sides of ourselves. And I think the only things that limit ourselves is our own mind and our fear of being judged for other people if we fail in our attempt to become something different than what we have studied or what we have been given by our parents. I think if we release all of these, we can be anything. I love music, so why not to play music? I love being coached, so why not to support other people that needs this kind of content based on all the years that I had on myself. Car business, of course, it's the way to pay bills. We need to create some kind of something that support our rent, our mortgage, things like that. But that's really the half of the cake.
Yeah, and you know, to do great things on the island, you really have to pace yourself. It's there's a lot of opportunities, but you've been on the island you've been here for quite some time, and you do business for a very long time, and you kind of feel that, or at least you feel today that you're more in tune with what the island needs and what you need, and you try to find the balance between I'm gonna make money or I'm gonna use this as a platform to generate revenue, but I also have to have some sort of a heart in it, passion.
Yeah.
When you DJ, it's probably passion.
Yeah.
It's not just to pay bills.
Yeah.
Car rental or car trade, it's to pay bills, but if you don't love what you do, it's extremely hard to do it.
Of course. Yeah, I think that every business, before the product that you serve, it's a people business.
Yeah.
You are in the people environment. People sit down in front of you, they want something, they trust you beyond the product or the service that you provide. So if you're not able to establish that connection, whatever service or product you sell is very difficult to sell.
Right.
So this devotion to socialize, to be a person that connect with other people is the foundation.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
foundation of everything. Then, of course, from there you can build other things that are not related to just making margin, but you can serve, you can provide something purposeful, meaningful, and that's mostly where most of the people is driven nowadays.
Right.
Not anymore just making money and trading hours, but saying what can I provide to someone else, and there's a plethora and of things that you can create out of there.
That is the real value. Try to
Yes.
bring that value to others. You know, I want to go back. To the beginning. When I arrived to the island, business was not in my mind. After 10 years, you know, we worked so hard. We wanted to kind of take a break from the rat race.
The
I
rush.
remember the rush. I remember traffic, everything, the states. And I remember I came here to the island. In the first 3 months, I was just listening to reggae music and lying on the hammock. And then after a while, once you discover this beautiful island, and you can share some of the stories because you've been here for quite some time. And you know, once you want to dive into business here, and as I said, there are opportunities. The businesses here are extremely tricky for a very small island.
Yeah.
There's a niche market, there's a tourist market, there's a local, there is what you're gonna do. So what I discovered at the end of the day is that you have to do it your own. You have to, you know, take the reins and guide that cart where you want to go. You cannot rely too much on people around you. And I wanted to ask you if you had some struggles at the beginning, because I definitely did some bad choices. Everything with good intention and good heart.
Yeah, of course.
But bad choices, which is good because my benefit was the learning, the
Yeah.
education, the knowing the island, knowing the business-oriented people.
Also yourself, knowing yourself
myself.
while you were doing everything. That's mostly the most important thing. That you got to know the self
Right.
while you are in action, and that's I think the most valuable point. If you're able to catch it,
Yeah. It comes after.
it comes
Not-
afterward.
not at
No,
the
no, of
moment that you
course,
get
of
hit,
course, of
But
course.
once you reflect on it, yeah, it comes after.
Yeah.
So did you went through a few rough patches here?
Oof. So when I arrived on the island 2009, okay, thank you for giving me the opportunity. I mean, I think I already say this in different environment, but every year the story is different. You know?
Yes.
The moment that you
The
start,
delivery, the
yeah,
delivery.
it's different actually, because you learn something new from the story. You connect the dots differently.
You never get tired of telling it because when you explain,
it's,
sometimes you
yeah.
explain it to yourself, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's not an ego thing. It's just really realize what the hell happened that allow you to be where you are right now.
Yep.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
And so yeah, when I arrived here, you know, don't know anything. What do I do? The last year I was doing real estate in Italy. I was fixing up with a wealthy person. I was finding deal for him, and I was helping him to doing all the work. That was the really last thing before coming to Aruba. But I didn't know anything of the real estate here, so it's small money. And my wife said, let's do a pizzeria together. And I said, okay, I'm Italian, so the people expect from me pizza, so we put our Italian flag, and then we still have there Amore Mio. And that the struggle at the beginning was to combine the family, the new relationship, myself, my entrepreneurial, willing to be by myself. Because you can do entrepreneurship in a group, you can do company, society, family, business, but there is people that is made to live by himself. Because even when you are entrepreneurship with people, you are still not free completely, because you still own responsibility towards other people, our shareholder, other, and I never really resonate with that. I would rather stay smaller, but be my own boss. Than having maybe bigger, at least 15 years ago, but even now, that be an environment bigger where there are more interests, you can do bigger, but you have to stay congruent and responsible to other people. And that's, for me, I realized that it was worse than being in a corporation. Because at least in a corporation, 8 hours, the business is gone. Nobody call you home, your manager. when you are into an entrepreneurship like that, 24 hours, hey, did you do that? Did you get that? So you're full of responsibility. So that was my first learning. I'd rather stay by myself, do something small, but having my own thing.
Yep.
And so I left Amore Mio, and super successful.
Super
business
successful.
Because the
Amazing.
family, of course, all my wife knows what they're doing, and that's their core business.
Yeah, I would chalk it as a good startup for you. A good startup.
Yeah, but again, I was doing the waiter, I was doing the manager, I
Yeah.
was doing the marketing, I was doing the accounting.
Yeah.
It was, let me see what you can do, Davide.
Yeah.
Let me see what you're capable to.
I don't want to tell you, restaurant business is worse than a mistress. It's crazy.
No, I know. I mean, they knew what they were doing, but they really, the family wanted to test me,
Yeah.
and wanted to test me with Lara if we were capable to do something together.
Wow. So it's double challenge, not
Yeah,
only a business.
That's
but
why.
also a
But
relationship.
I felt the way because I was at 32, 31, so I was still kind of adult. I was understanding what was. I was not 20, naive, you know. But it was a beautiful learning process. So I learned to respect my family. I learned to understand what the hustle they were putting on the table. But then I say, you know what? I rather be a family guy, be here talking at Christmas, not being too much involved in the business because I know how also I'm Italian, I'm very
Hot-blooded.
so you know when
Yeah,
something's not,
fire.
and they are also like that. So I prefer to leave them doing it. But we have a beautiful relationship, and we still support each other. My idea in business, names, you know, furnitures and concept. But they mostly do the things that we're doing.
The daily life.
And then I start the do it by yourself motherfucker thing. I bought big projectors to
Yeah.
project marketing signs on top of hotels, things like that. Sold everything.
Then you went crazy a little bit.
Yeah, you know better than me. When you're gonna tell your story in this
Oh my
1
God.
year, you try it all because entrepreneurship is like that.
It's
You
like
can't
that.
give up and say, okay, I go to work. I mean, if you
So
really
funny.
need doing it, no problem. I
So
go to do anything.
How the fire starts in a minute, you know? Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
And then you just on the get-go, you know, buy projectors. Let's do marketing. Let's do this. Let's do that.
Yeah. Entrepreneurs are very good in planning.
Yeah.
Like they're very good to take a paper and say, okay, this is the capital, this is the thing, this is that. So when you are able to create that, then you just have to act upon it.
Yeah.
And that's maybe the 60% I think. It's more important to plan than act, because planning really allow you to minimize the time that you create something. If you act without plan, you take more time, more money.
But you used to do that, or this is something that retrospective right now with your age and experience you know? Because I'm a gunslinger. I can just shoot from the hip. If it works on paper, you know, the paper
yeah.
absorbs all ink.
Yeah, but
Plans aside.
my idea is that you can act upon an idea without a proper plan. They're actually still really important, but you just go around. When you really have a good plan, and usually I plan when I'm flying. When I'm on the flight to Europe, 8 hours, 9 hours, no distraction,
your
no
planning.
Wi-Fi, nothing can call me. I can do 2-3 business plan in one flight.
Oh wow.
You know, say I have this idea, let me see, boom, 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 and this excites me. And then of course there is the act upon it, but having a good business plan, it will help me to create many things. Losing sometimes, but not really making a hole of blood.
Yeah, I need that, yeah.
Yeah, and
I think it's been like that with me at the first get-go. I was actually looking more than a good idea. I was actually looking for good people.
yeah, I remember.
You know, the beginning was I've done my share. I've been through the battles, to the hardships. You know, I've created my own. I generated a lot. Now, you know what? Maybe it's time for me to take the back seat. Maybe it's time for me to mentor somebody. Maybe it's time for me to bring in upcoming entrepreneurs. So I was looking for the right people, and once you do that, you have to kind of tag along to their idea. I remember the first business I went into in Aruba was the tourist information, tourist concierge business. which is a hard business. You know,
Here in Palm Beach,
Here
there
in
is
Palm
a-
Beach.
Yeah.
Not from the plethora or the competition, more because it's a sort of business that you have to deal with tourists, and the online sites are already generating a lot, you know, of offering, and
Yeah.
and there's really small commissions, and there's a lot of responsibility around it.
They compare a lot also, no? They come to you, they can go compare, they go there, and just to save a
The
couple
book,
of...
the book a UTV or an ATV, and you're making $5 on
Yeah.
the commission part. But if the UTV broke, oh my God, you get 20 phone calls. You get 6 bad
For that
reviews.
$5, yeah.
Yeah, for that 6 bad reviews.
I know.
They come to your office. So
You test the water.
I test the water.
And
So
then what I remember about the wax.
the what?
The wax.
Oh yeah. So this is. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I told you that before, and I'm going to share it again because this is so important. This island has such a weird flow of tourists and flow of energy, because there's a lot of hotels. We're right in the hotel district, right?
Yeah.
All your businesses are family-oriented businesses are right here, Gianni Group and all of those restaurants. But the people that work from all the hotels, which I calculated in the thousands, if not in the tens of thousands of people that walk every week on those main roads. But here in Palm Beach, they don't curve left. They just keep on going straight,
You realize that.
back and
Yeah,
forth
yeah.
and back and forth. So if we get trickle of that mass of people that kind of trickle down towards our area, which is not that far, it's maybe 20, 30 steps, you think that every business that you create in this area is gonna boom,
Yeah.
because everybody's here. So I'm a really great believer in this spot. That's why it transitioned 3 businesses, started as a concierge, and then we went into something really weird, which is the Santan Salon. But this is just a collaboration that I had with somebody, because I was figuring there's a lot of girls coming to the island, they come for events, maybe they want a 10. Nobody came.
Actually, they go to the beach maybe
Yeah,
to tan.
they have a sun.
Some locals doesn't like sun.
Yeah,
So-
I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It's delirious. I really should stay off the wasabi, man. I'm addicted. But you try.
Yeah. You test the business, test yourself,
Yeah.
test your resilience, test your calculation.
Yeah.
You test your ability to deliver something from an idea to the marketplace.
Yeah,
And you can make fortune at the first trial.
you can't.
You can't. You
And
can't.
the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, I decided with my family, my dear wife and kids, with that, monetization and making profit when you open up a business is a good idea, because you do work to make profits. But this is also my passion, like your music. It is also my passion. Since I got to the island, I thought I had a lot of content I want to dish out, right? I want to talk about all these subjects, and I wanted to create a podcast studio. Maybe I should create one for me. I'm already using it as an office. Maybe I should create a podcast
Yeah.
studio, not thinking about the monetization of it, and just invite good friends and talk about shit,
Yeah, and try to level up from the ground.
This is a place that I would not probably consider the profit margins, but more of the heart. As you said, the heart of the people that come and broadcast here,
Yeah.
who has content creators, YouTubers, influencers. When they come and put their heart here, I can feel the energy of the place.
Yeah.
This is my go-to plan.
Yeah,
right now.
for me, the coaching that I started in 2020 with COVID was exactly that. When I saw the system, the matrix collapsing,
Yep.
I felt really the need to pursue something that was more related to my passion, my purpose. That's why I started music and coaching really together, because that was always been my core, but I never figured out how to monetize. Maybe I never even feel confident to go out in the market with something so internal,
Yes.
something so they represent my core.
Yes.
But I was 40 years old. I realized that that was the time that everything reset. So from the ashes we can come back with those part of ourselves. And now I feel very confident. I coach dozens of people, playing already in Colombia, everywhere. But I started and I didn't know, what is this push play? What did I buy?
Wow.
I buy $3,000, $4,000 of equipment.
Wow.
And I have no clue, but starting and doing it by myself, and then with some ideas. So I think that, of course, it's not for everyone. I'm not saying to everyone, because some people, we still need people that feel that their core is to be a person that works for another person, they take a salary. We need everyone. You need us, we need you to be able to. But for the people that are on the fence, there has never been a better moment, because the market out there is ready to perceive experience, to share concept, to share knowledge, to increase wisdom, and there are so many tools out there to create as podcast. You can talk about and create something, just leveraging other people's spaces. You don't have to create your home. You know, there are many ways that someone can start a business that comes from a purpose, that comes from something that is more disconnected from just margin, but say, this is what I want to do. I know that I have to monetize at some point, and I know the path, but that's not the priority to arrive there.
Right.
And that's, you put another energy to the another vibration to,
right.
to the thing. Yeah.
Right. I want to add that when you say that you created this, there is a huge need. I want to tell you, there's a lot of good entrepreneurs on this island. There is a lot of people that are working hard.
From
they have
different countries.
From different countries, dedicated to their passion, to their dream, to make something happen.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, they are misguided. They lack focus. They lack orientation, of business orientation.
Yeah.
Maybe this is something for the island. It's positioned really well for the next few years to really build the next generation of entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
But what you're doing right now is so needed. Not to blow smoke up. I'm telling you again, there's a lot of people with great ideas that the implementation, the execution is so hard for them.
Yeah. I agree, and thank you for underscoring this, because actually this podcast that you see has been born from a 30-minute conversation when I asked permission to coach a little bit Ari based on what he was living, and we both realized that it's important what we have to share. It's important to understand, to be aware someone where is it, to not be in denial but realize it. And it's important to have someone that with no judgment, with greater knowledge and tranquility, just tell you or suggest you or guide you to see a reality that at the end is true, but it's difficult for you to really accept it and then work over it. And I was there myself. I wasn't born like that. I needed to have someone that worked beyond my bullshit, my own self excuses, in order to let me blossom in the right direction. So we all need each other.
Yeah.
As I say, coaching and mentoring and supporting and helping people, it's an infinite.
Yeah.
Where we are in the middle, we will always have someone behind us that needs our support, and we always have someone in front of us that we need to assess in order to get information, wisdom, support, and that's how we help each other. Yeah. And money in the transaction is just the medium that we have to assess people. It's based on time, knowledge, because I assure you, if you decide to offer your services for free, people won't show up the same way when they truly invest something themselves.
Appreciation, brother.
No appreciation.
No appreciation.
So
whatever's come too easy, forget it.
Too easy. You I gave you so great advice at 4 a.m. on sofas of situation that the people was perceiving it, but there was no accountability, there was no context, there was no recipient, there was no following up. So these get lost. You create a seed but get lost. When I work in an environment in my office with the people where there's the homework, where there's the content, man, the shift happening in weeks.
It has to be in that surrounding, brother.
It's very important.
It has to be in that surrounding of a coach or a mentor, in that understanding of the relationship between you two, and the amount of money that somebody would pay for that service. I heard so many stories, and I think I shared one with you.
Yeah.
About a guy that said, I went and paid somebody to train me on tech, how to record, how to cut, how to edit my own videos, how to upload, and I sat with like a 3-year-old, and he actually showed me key by keyboard what to press. And the amount of money that I paid him, which was in a few thousands of dollars, made me millions.
Yeah.
Because I had to have that one-on-one, close circle support.
Yeah.
This is very important.
But and I tell you further, what I realized in all this year of coaching, the people that doesn't believe or doesn't enter in this kind of it's not about the trust in the mentor. They don't have trust in themselves that will use and leverage those tools to create what they want.
Yeah.
So, as I always say, business, before all the implementation, the action, it's about mindset. If you don't believe in yourself, that you're gonna use the information that you leverage from the mentorship and succeed out there, then you will never invest that money, because it's not about the mentor, it's about you don't believe in yourself.
Exactly.
So it's being able as a coach to take those excuses out. Why do you think you don't? Hey, you know, I did already a course last year. I spent $3,000. I didn't do shit. So was not the information poor, was your application of the information,
Exactly.
the embodiment of the wisdom,
Yeah.
and that's what it's all about.
Yes, and it might be timing. As you said,
Yeah,
you
also.
have to be ready for it.
Yeah.
Even
But when
emotionally.
you're ready, the mentors always show up.
Yes.
Always. Call it algorithm, call it coincidence.
It's Murphy's Law, no?
Yeah.
Whenever
Now we have also the
student-
algorithm that work. We are connected with the universe. The
Yeah.
universe already work.
Whenever the student is ready,
But
they
if
should
the algorithm know that you're ready, based on the Google search that you do, based on the YouTube that you watch, you start to get promoted stuff that are related to what you want to learn, and then it's up to you to decide. Hey, this time is gonna do I learn and I apply.
Yeah.
But majority of people, they do courses, they don't even finish it. Buy book, they don't even finish
Yes,
it.
it happens. It's a lot of people with a short attention span.
Yeah.
And you know, one of the things that I've seen you doing online, and it was really impressive, because it's shit that I want to do, and I'm not putting myself in front of the camera, but you did your own promotional video, you recorded yourself, you were speaking from your heart. I'm pretty sure it has a few takes into it until it gets to the masterpiece. Really?
Days.
How is the process? Is that like it's like exciting or depressing process?
No. It's once you commit and you decide, it's super exciting.
Wow.
The struggle in when you know that you need it, but you don't decide because you listen your own things. The moment that you write that check, you wire that money, and you say tomorrow is day one, let's start. That's become exciting.
Yeah.
The struggle is from I know that I need it, but I invent story about time, money, whatever, my partner, whatever,
There's always an
objection.
excuse.
That's a struggle.
Yeah.
Again, there is mindset,
Yeah.
and there is nothing wrong about it. It's just a process. We have been all there. I've been there for many times. At the moment that I decide, that's when the universe conspire to give you the tools, to give you the connection, the coincidence, because that's what I call the power of decision, is actually the first or the second part of my coaching space. Because when you commit with the decision, that's when the magic happens. When you stay in the fence, then it's struggling. In the struggle, then when the distraction come in, then you need it. You don't eat right. You go out at night because you are in that limbo where all the distraction out there are made for people living in limbo. Because when you are focused, motivated, and committed, no shit distracts you.
Oh shit.
No shit.
No shit.
You are on a mission.
Yeah.
The distraction out there created by the matrix is for the people that is indecisive, and that's why the majority of people is indecisive. But when you are committed, you start to eat right, you start to sleep right, you start to talk right, you start to do all the things that a motivated person does.
Exactly.
And that's like, I find exciting. It doesn't mean that you need to always stay there. Sometimes you can lose yourself, but once you make the habit to stay there, you love this side of yourself. The committed side, energy of yourself is right, and then you get used to it, and
Yep.
becomes a habit.
So this is something for 2025, and you know, we spoke a few times before, and you said something about a routine, which is very important, to have a routine for the day. And
Yeah.
everybody that is in business, if they can get anything from a podcast, any kind of value, especially from us, it's be focused and have a routine because otherwise your mind is drifted. Look
Yeah,
at
yeah,
mine.
but that's why everyone say be focused and have a routine. But everyone has a routine. You need to have the right
the
routine.
right routine.
Because everyone has a
obviously,
routine.
obviously.
But the
you don't want to
focus,
lounge in.
the focus enter with the commitment.
Yeah.
You can, if you're not committed, if you're not truly decide, the focus doesn't come, because the focus is a consequence of your commitment to the decision. You can sit there, focus, but you're not committed to anything, or you don't really believe in that commitment. And we both know, and I'm sure that everyone, at least once in their life, when they decide something, they just they walk everything, they went all in. And maybe they didn't reach the destination that they were having in mind, but they learn a lot in that process. But if you don't reach it the first time and you decide that it's not anymore for you, that's it's okay. No judgment and anything, but as you say, resilient is another, another quality that you need to cultivate to arrive somewhere in financial independence, financial freedom, or even financial flexibility. I don't think that I'm financial free.
Yeah.
Still have many shit to pay.
Yes.
But I consider myself financially flexible in terms that I can work for whatever I want.
Yeah.
If I don't want to go to work, I don't work. But if I can work 24 hours, I work 24 hours.
Exactly. You feel like it's per project or per
If I
decision.
want to
of the
stay all
moment.
night long because I want to stay in the mood, in the flow, I stay, and I don't even watch the clock and forget to eat.
Yes, and
I just go.
And it's a very important. It's a very important topic, because only when you feel that you're financially free, or you can make decisions based on the financials, and you're not stressing on going to work, then you might get flows of ideas, but you might deal with life differently. So
Yeah.
at the end
Mindset.
of
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it is a mindset.
Yeah.
I've been for a very long time. I was dealing with a lot of issues of lack of finances, and once you get to a point that your finances is already secured, and you feel that you're in a position that you can work or no work, that you have to do the mindset change. I actually, without touching spirituality, I feel like I quantum jump into a new reality. Not because I made some money and I have that flexibility, but because you can do things differently. You can do things differently. You can work less and generate more these days. It's not like the old days when we grew up and our dad had to go to work.
Push,
Oh my God, you have to go to work in the morning, not the day sick, and so these days things are changing. The digital era, everybody has their own little thing online, and they're making huge amounts of money. You have to adapt to the changes.
Yeah.
Right? But you have to put yourself in a position that you are strong enough to deal with the currents. And I'm telling you again, the currents. I'm telling you again, lack of money is a big problem.
I want to take this topic
Please.
that you say, because first of all, currency. That's a big topic about money that maybe it's not the time now, but maybe we're gonna do
Definitely dive in.
something about money, because the old ancient, they were calling money currency, and because it's a flow between people, and you just have to understand how you should be in this flow just to create more wealth. But that's another topic. I want to get a small trick about lack, because it's so basic that seems stupid. It's so linear that it's so fundamental. Because we always been. I come from two parents that were 40 years, salary all life.
Wow.
They never had profit. Maybe they have some interest from banks, but they never really. I never been at a table with entrepreneurs.
Blue collars, like
all my life. Yeah, the middle class.
Yeah.
Too good salary, money in the bank, 10% interest.
Back
In
then,
the exactly.
that
So that was the
structure of their life, the foundation.
Yo, but that's the you say the social class that has been wiped out from the
Yes.
market. Right now it's super rich or poor.
Yes.
There is not anymore the one that balance. Slowly is wiping out. When you are in lack, the problem of lack is not lack itself. It's the way we approach lack. Because when we are in lack, our mind is continually just focused in what we lack. We don't have the money, we have to pay this, we have to pay that, how can I reach? So the brain, as an energy emitter, as a field energy, is gonna continue to focus in lack, is gonna amplify your condition of lack.
Yes.
So in order to disappear, to really connect with the flow of the abundance and currency, it's just to come back one step backward and say, okay, I'm in lack, but what do I have?
That's right.
That is in abundance.
That's right.
I have food on the table 3 times a day since I'm born. I have always had a roof. I have always had heat in my house in winter, and I always have air conditioning in summer. I always have clothes. My mom is healthy. My dad is healthy. My brother is cool. When you start to focus in this thing, the lack disappears.
Yes.
The money problem, it's just of course it's there, but it's just that your brain is not anymore there. Your energy shift. So again, and that's the second pillars in my coaching, is the power of gratitude. That it's over talk, but few people understand the value. It doesn't mean that just because you're that everything change. But when you get used to focus on the things that you have in abundance, the reality start to shift, and you start to have opportunity and coincidence that will allow you to get $100 easy. And you say, fuck, isn't it like that? An opportunity of work that you didn't know, something like that. But if you stay lucky, then of course you will never get lucky.
Yep. Well, you went a little bit deep on the frequencies.
It's very important. Luck is not the problem. It's the way you put your mind towards luck, instead of saying, you know what, okay, that's momentary, but who I am, I'm abundant, I can walk, I can run, I can go to the beach, I don't know. The more you start to think, the more they come.
Yeah, you have to be grateful.
And then become a routine. Before going to bed right now, I have a shitload of problems, no problem. But what I think about everything that happened during the day that I'm grateful for. My son that came to wake me up with a kiss, me myself that I go out and I give the food, the dog, and the sun is out. I start to see like that. And the same when I wake up. I don't start to right away take the phone and think about the things I have to do. Yeah. I stay in bed for a moment. I start to think about the things that I want to, and it seems, you seem stupid because it's so basic, but people doesn't do it.
They don't do it.
They take the phone, they start to see the email, they start to see the WhatsApp of the worker. They say, hey, remember today you have to bring life, or we start to live
the dynamic of life. It takes over the minute you wake up in the morning.
Yeah, and the night as well. You know many times I went to sleep with this palpitation,
because you have
and because you have stuff to do, or you start to see the things that worry you for the day, that things won't disappear. But what about the beautiful things?
Exactly.
Why we don't put the magnitude, the lens of those things? We take that for granted, but we magnetize the bullshit.
The lack, the problem.
Instead, do the opposite. Take that, okay, no problem. I'll take care of it. But let me stay on the beautiful things that happen before I sleep and when I wake up.
That's crazy.
Changed everything.
That's crazy.
Everything.
I want to tell you that you're talking, and I'm thinking right now about a life that we had before. Let's say we came here, right? So it's such a. You take off one shift down, you kind of slow down the pace of work and pace of life. Back in the days, you wake up in the morning and you have 15 items, action list to do, and if you don't do this, then this one doesn't work.
But that was normal to do. We were trapped.
We
were not aware. We're not awoken. Now we are.
Exactly. And now I'm thinking with no list, with nothing to do. You think at 2 p.m. Do I have to do something? No, I don't have to.
You go to sleep and you're thinking about all the problems.
And all those lists are so irrelevant to the actual life. And you're right, but brain waves when you wake up in the morning, alpha brain waves, keep that alpha brain wave.
Sure, 5 minutes gratitude meditation. You put a beautiful music with someone that say beautiful things. So, many times I cry at 7:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Because I'm listening something. My day shift. I'm kinder with people. I'm kinder with myself. The people open me the door. Good evening, just because my mood, my vibration is different.
Yes.
Then when you start to notice it, you start to cement it.
Yes.
That become the routine.
Oh man, you don't even know where I got. I got to the point I'm vibrating in the same unison as this universe, and I got to the point that if something hits me and something affects me or hurts me, like in a situation in life or something happens, I go into my car, I start driving, I put a song, and that
Music.
song cures you because it gives you that
Yeah.
that exact answer. Stick in there, everything's gonna be okay. Tomorrow is another day. You wake up.
If you stay in the frequency,
stay in the frequency.
you can have also see numbers around that reconnect you to
I have a lot of
to
synchronicity.
alignment. No?
I have a lot of synchronicity, a lot of alignment. I'm manifesting a lot of things. Ever since I got to the island, I'm manifesting to the good and to the bad. You have to have failures if you want to have successes, right?
Yeah.
It's the yin and yang.
Yeah.
You have to have challenges, and you have to have ones overcome.
Yeah.
So you have to feel that feeling between, the bad
Yes,
and the
joy. We live in a world of duality.
Yes.
This is the experience that as a human we have been given, that we have senses to experience the duality, because the realm that has always been spiritual.
Yes.
Angels, the 8 dimension, 12 dimension. I mean, I don't want to touch this topic. I wish.
Next
We
time,
one
next
day-
time, next time we dive
But
in.
then we have the duality, black, white, male, female. So we are here to experience this. But if we can stay in the middle without judgment, we can really experience life at the 100%.
Right.
The world is trying to always put you in one side or the other. That's why we are disaligned, because
Disaligned.
when you start to be in the middle, that everything is perfect.
Yeah.
Is just to try to experience everything with an open mind and with no judgment. Man, the road, the path is starting to grow flowers on the side, trees, and you start to see waterfalls, and again, it seems so stupid, but it's so basic and it's so real.
Yeah.
Because before it's just asphalt, and a hardcore situation, and that's not the way of living.
Yeah.
And
some of my best relationships in life was ruined because of money. Some of the path that I took, which was great, even if you do everything right, there's only one thing that you would do wrong and you would mess up everything. Business life is extremely challenging. It's difficult. It's a struggle. It's a long way to success. Nobody pats on your shoulder. Nobody gives you you did a good job. You do it yourself.
They're always ready to criticize you.
Criticize you, and
Yeah.
this is such a hard path to take. But for everyone that is an entrepreneur that really burns in his heart to do something, I would say you can fall down 1,000 times. You only have to succeed once.
Yeah.
And this is something. We'll keep on going. I just want to open up a little bit of window
Yeah.
so we have some light.
My main question is,
Yes.
I mean, there are many things that you say that I wanted to continue, but it's about what is success. You say only one time to succeed. For me, being alive is already success. For me, that's being alive is already a success.
This is a
Having healthy kids is already a success.
Okay. This is-
Having alive parents is already a success.
This
And I
is-
can call them on Sunday. All the rest is just not secondary, but it's just like in the perimeter of this.
topping on the cake.
It's just the perimeter of the foundation of those things.
We're both dads and family men, and I have a feeling that if we were single with no kids, that would be probably a good definition. I'm happy, I wake up in the morning, I'm healthy, my parents are healthy, everything, but we have today's duties and responsibilities to others.
Yeah.
So I would say that I'm happy when everybody is around me are happy and healthy, but deep down inside I have this burning sensation that I have to produce, accumulate wealth, do good business, in good faith obviously, achieve something, build a foundation for my kids. I don't want them to grow up like I grew up with a lack mentality, or with a dad that was a hired hand. I want them to grow with that spirit of entrepreneurship. That's why I like actually failing more than I like succeeding.
if you're saying this, it's a good awareness to understand why
Yes.
you are also having these moments in Aruba.
Yes, of course.
Because this is a core belief.
Of course.
But then from core beliefs, you got the beautiful things can still blossom.
Yes. I always put myself in well, not always, but I would put myself in situation that are meant to fail, to see if I can get out of it, or to see what I can learn from it. And I would go the distance with somebody, put everything, my heart, my soul, my money, my blood, tears, and I would let them fail the business in order to learn something about them.
So man, you're embodied fully the thing, failing many, one success.
Right.
It's gonna come.
Yeah, of course.
Somewhere it's gonna come.
Of course, and it's been like that throughout my life. I already know the patterns because when I was young, I worked in all jobs. You know, like all of us. We were from carpenter.
I was bringing, how you call this? The carpet? Carpet
the
in the
carpet.
family, my God.
Oh my God, I worked in the McDonald's thing, I did the painting, I did everything.
I was doing the secret shopper. I was going inside shopping to pretend to be a client.
Oh, you did?
And then evaluate the service and this and that. I was a kid.
Those
so fun.
Those are the cool jobs, but at the end of the day, we
Cool.
Yeah, that was a cool
Yeah,
job.
yeah. Oh, I mean, of course, but
At the end of the day, I
experience.
I feel that this is something that you should really master, you know. So I was just saying that I took it to the distance with people and I let them fail because I have this feeling. Maybe it's wishful thinking, maybe it's hoping that somebody is going to step up, you know. But that I see in him that he would provide what I actually see in him, right? And sometimes I don't see it on myself, or I would say, you know what, just move over, I'll do it.
Wait, but did anyone in the past did this to you? Did you ever be in a situation where you were the one that someone believed in you to do better than what they were thinking?
No,
I
was never in that
because
situation.
you are now in this position that you are the one now that say you value, you have talents, I want to support it, and you give hope and expectation to this person.
Right.
But have you ever been on the other side?
I've never been on the other side. I think because I've never been on the other side, I have this feeling that, okay, if I was able to climb that fence, right, and somebody else is running to the fence, let me, instead of passing the fence and just keep on with my road of life, let me sit on the fence up there and reach down and say, oh yeah, let me grab you. Oh, let me grab you and bring you up with me. The problem is they grab you and they either trip you down, right, or they get up.
9 out of 10 they will do like that. There is gonna be one that is gonna push you. Say, you go, then I'm coming.
You're touching the subject of Aruba, so I'll tell you my definition of it. It's me sitting in my living room, inviting the new up-and-coming entrepreneur that I want to invest in, or I want to associate myself with or collaborate with, and I invite them into my house. And my house is they're sitting in the living room. Some of them just steal some shit and run away, and walk away. Some of them feel comfortable, sit in my living room and try to push me out to eventually move the couch all the way to the door. You know, they just don't understand. And some just walk into the door, look inside, get too timid and walk away, which I love. You know, don't come and reinforce something. You know. But they don't understand that once I step out of that room, the furniture and the light goes with me. You know, you're trying to push me out. At the end of the day, I'll move out, but everything would go with me, and you'll stay in the dark room.
Yeah.
And it's been like that a few times. But the course of business in my life is that it was a struggle, fall down, not the best person, and then eventually I stuck to whatever I did. I stuck to my guns. I cleared the table, dealt with all the issues, and success came.
Yeah. And you came to Aruba.
And I came to Aruba.
To redo it again.
To redo
it again.
Quick story. When I was in the States, I was there for many years. My wife did postdoctorate studies and everything, and we worked over there. I worked over there, and I don't want to touch a lot of it, but I want to tell you that the success came after 10 years. 9 years of struggle, 1 year of good,
One good shot.
one good shot and knock it out of the park.
So yeah. But look the beautiful thing. Is life showing up to you like that, so you think like that, or because you think like that, life is showing up like that?
Well, based on what you said before, that we manifest and we vibrate. Sometimes I click with the right
We
vibration.
always manifest.
Okay.
Always. Aware or not, that's like gravity. You don't have to think this is gravity exists or not. Gravity is there.
Yeah.
Manifestation is the same.
Yeah.
It's not that you're not manifesting or you learn to manifest. You're always manifesting.
Yeah.
That's what the people, you don't have to learn how to manifest. You are always manifesting. You need to learn how to manifest aligned to abundance.
Exactly. Or to what you need, or to what you want.
Or to what you need, to what you want. Two different things.
Yes.
Very two different things. But that's very important, because you say that for you life is like that, falling, yeah, and that's manifesting already like that. But it's not the opposite, that because you realize that after 9 times the 10 can good, so I believe like that. No, you still have a foundational belief like that, where you say before that I want to fail to figure it out how resilient I am, how the people behave, how the family is united, And we are all beautiful and different, and we have to learn and teach others about our failure and our success.
This is an experience. I want to gain the experience. I have a feeling that once you're successful and you make enough money, or you make a lot of money, you're somehow past the experience of creating. Now you need to manage. Now you need to scale it up. Now you need to grow to the next level. But once you establish the core business that produces for you and you're making money from it, you lose the excitement of the creation, the first creation, the startup.
Yeah.
Thing. I love this feeling. I love this feeling of the beginning.
That's why people usually they have more than one business.
Yes, look at me. I have multiple businesses or multiple investments
usually
of the
have 3,
island.
4 income, and you generate for the fact that you once a little bit settled,
Yep.
you want to start something. But this is something that I also try in the years to, because I was like that, 200 ideas, and hey, someone let's do that, let's do it. So on top of my idea, I was also jumping in others people's idea for the sake of doing something together, to have these things. But I lost many friends because of that. And many businesses didn't work, so the friends, you start to point fingers to the other.
Yes.
And but now I try to really narrow down if what is proposed to me doesn't resonate, or what I want to give and achieve in my life, it doesn't make sense.
I have a motto for these days. Motto. It's because we are a one-man show at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I see you. You have a lot of boys, you have a lot of friends, but business-oriented, you do yourself. You do your part. You do your coaching and everything by yourself.
Unfortunately, we're not Chinese.
Exactly, and we don't have that gang around us. But I'll tell you, I have a motto these days of lean and mean. If I can be lean and mean in a business and it can scale up, I'm good with it.
Lean and mean.
Lean and mean. I am no longer into the factory mode of creating something that is going to be such as big as a factory. I'm into the boutique, into the small and manageable, because you have to split your time between your family. 50% of your time for your family, your wife.
You
have
want
to do the
easily
business.
200 employees,
Come
300
on.
payroll.
No way.
I don't know.
No
Even if
way.
you say, wow, it seems big, but the more to have that, you still have to have a volume.
Yes.
That needs to be created with so many things. Of course, then the goal is always to disconnect and then having this goal by separate.
Yeah.
But nowadays, seriously, how much do we need
How
to
much do
feel
we need?
comfortable that we are doing enough?
It's a good question.
That's another. Sorry that I always come back to the coaching, but because naturally comes out the question that are very important. There are 3 steps. There is, first of all, the spiritual vision. The core is the spiritual vision. What do you want to achieve in the world?
Right.
What is a spiritual vision?
Right.
More love, more peace, kids that are not suffering, no rape, whatever, the spiritual vision. Then it is, how do you want to achieve this spiritual vision? Doing what? And then understanding, okay, how much do you need to live comfortably?
Yep.
you have to have the number.
Yeah.
Because most of the people that I work with, they have already that number in their they do it already.
Wow, they do.
They're doing it already, but they're struggling because they continue to perceive the promised land in a place that they didn't achieve yet. So it's a never ending, and
Yeah.
that's how the way we are brainwashed and wired. That there is always something to achieve after. There is something that we didn't achieve yet that we need to read there. But when I put there the spiritual vision, wow, they already implement their vision to see something bigger than them.
Yep.
Then the way they want to do it, okay, I want to do a coaching, I want to create an hospital, I want to, whatever. They can also dream there. The dream doesn't cost nothing, but it lets you see a pattern in what you really have inside. And then the living income plan. How much do you need to live? So you say the rent, how much you want to invest, you put everything.
Yeah.
And then some people see, wow, but I'm already doing it.
Yeah.
So why don't you really leave these feelings that you're already enough in everything?
But I get
Very important, because the foundation to create more is from the foundation to create more. It needs to come from again, it would be the foundation, maybe not that one, the word, that you're already enough where you are. If you want to arrive to 10, but you don't feel comfortable at 6, you never see the 7, you never see the 8, because you feel always, fuck, I'm not a 10, I'm a
Yeah,
failure, why
yeah.
I'm not a 10? Man, thank you, I'm 6.
exactly.
I learned, I made money, I'm a 6.
Exactly.
And then, be grateful, yeah, but I want to arrive to 10. But most of the people, till they're not 10, and then 10, when they arrive at 10, they continue to postpone it.
Yep.
Man, they never arrive,
I
they're
don't-
never happy,
I
they're
don't-
always grumpy.
Yeah, I don't do this matrix of where I am compared to others. I think one of the best things on the island here is that you cannot and you shouldn't compare yourself to others or be on that
Don't compare, but
metric system.
estimate. Hey, I esteem you.
Yeah,
What did you do? How can I get from you?
yeah.
Because compare imply some envy, some jealousy. It's just they go together. You can stop it. If you decide to compare, a jealousy, envy comes together. It's just nature of feelings. But if you start to esteem that person and say, okay, what did the guy do? Instead of seeing, oh, look how he is, look how spooky, or this and that. This is just feelings that create a domino of other feelings that are not connected to the bonds that I was saying before. So if someone made it, hey, what did you do? Maybe stop it. Can I offer you a drink? Can I make you some questions? And they open up and tell you all the shit that they did.
Yeah.
And that's way easier that compare or judge, because you're just judging yourself.
Man, I have some stories about that. That's crazy. I have some crazy stories about this island in business.
How long you're here
I
already?
think close to 2 years almost.
2 years.
Yeah.
My God, in 2 years.